Hello everybody, welcome to Instantgo Tarot Odyssey. I'm so excited. I'm using a new camera Ian got for us. We're going to need it for the Stonehenge trip, and I'm always wondering, whenever, as you guys know, phones decide to glitch out or act crazy, we're at the mercy of our devices. So he really helped up with this. So we're going to see, and comment down below if you notice a difference in anything. We're going to be trying all different kinds of lighting and stuff with this too. But another cool asset is it hooks up to your phone, so you can stop and start and do other things with your phone, which is really cool. So this is exciting. So today's read's going to be about what's coming in February. The energy, I feel like right after this new moon, where we've all cleared stuff that just isn't working, stuff that is kind of sluggish, clogged, or it just doesn't resonate with us anymore. Again, we are really attuned to behaviors and things that we were indoctrinated subconsciously. We're just doing them over and over, and they're not effective and they don't work well for us. I'll give you a for instance. I'm so used to multitasking and being on 2 or 3 different devices, uploading, doing private reads, emails, and all of that. And I usually have this nice megahertz music playing in the background, all this stuff to mellow me out. But I'm starting to realize that as soon as I let my subconscious patterns take over, I start multitasking like a demon again. So instead of doing one thing and having it be serene and peaceful and have my full attention, I multitask. And I find that does cause a little bit of agitation, because Ian was trying to explain the new camera and its workings, and I just didn't have any bandwidth for that. I'm just like, I can't put another thing in in my bandwidth today. I've been multitasking all day and just going, and then all of a sudden I realized I just hit a wall. So I was like, we'll learn some technical stuff tomorrow. So also, please realize when you're at your bandwidth and you've just had it, and don't say yes to anything else. Don't say yes to meeting that person for lunch or doing something for them or answering those emails when you're just done. We do go to our conditioning and start to behave like we always have, but it's not effective and doesn't serve us. So identify what that is, and once you do that, you can remove it and give yourself a little more peace of mind, which I like. Another thing is little reminders in places. Like I put down on pieces of paper, slow down, and then I'll put focus, which means if I'm seeing that means slow down, do one thing at a time, really listen to who's speaking to you, so on and so forth. And we have 3 cards to choose from. We have Love Springs Eternal, we have White Magic, and we have Celtic Witch. So I'll let you make your choice. Take a deep breath. I'll slow down too. Oh, I gotta tell you guys, sometimes it's just like Fridays, I try to get everything always all whipped into shape, because I'm always trying to come on live on Fridays for the last 2 weeks, and then I'm burnt out by 7 or 8 o'clock. I don't have one more iota in me, and I always want to give you my all. So I think tomorrow, when I post this on Saturday, I'm going to really take it as easy as possible so I can come live for the Chinese New Year. It's so exciting. There's so many people. It's like these new fresh insights, a way of living. It's like a fresh breeze when you're really parched, just blowing on your face, going, a new day, a new way, and you just feel like reinvigorated. Like, I can do this, because I realize at any time I can stop, slow down, pivot, go a calmer, more restful avenue, and you're providing yourself with those answers now by listening to great speakers, by reading good books, by realizing you don't have anything to prove, most of all, right? So many people are so conditioned to sell themselves like a piece of real estate. Oh, today I did A, B, and C, and tomorrow I'm doing, E, F, and G. And it's like, really? It's like, it's not that important, right? We don't need to. I find the more natural we are and laid back, and we don't need to share every little accomplishment, because it almost becomes a competition, especially with peers and people doing the same things. You ever be with a new mother when you're a new mom, and all of a sudden you just happen to mention that your child said some new word or did something, and all of a sudden their child speaks 18 languages, knows how to fly a fighter jet, and has already been to Mars 10 times. It's like it gets this really weird competitive vibe, and you're like, chill, it wasn't meant to be a competition, but things happen like that. So that's why it's best sometimes to not even, just be like, I'm good, man. I don't have to go through a friggin', a 10-year list of accomplishments. And sometimes it's a terrible conditioning. It's almost like we're answering to a parent. Did you do your chores? And you're like, yeah, I vacuumed, I mowed the lawn, I fed the dogs, all of that, right? Who cares? All right, I gotta calm down. So let's see what's going on with Love Springs Eternal. So right away, I'm going to just pull some of our big cards and see what you'll be working on. So let's see. With the eclipse in Aquarius, this is your deeper resolve rises. So this is talking about if you want to do something, go somewhere, experience something, you're going to be able to do this. You're going to set focus and intention behind it, and you'll be on your way. You really can do this. Resolve is awesome because it's something where we just have to have a discussion with ourselves and say, listen, I am absolutely adamant in this. I want to do this. I want to do this trip. Take an immediate step towards that. And remember that 5-second rule where we can talk ourselves out of anything. Oh, the expense, the blah, 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 blah. No, if you want to do it, boom, it's on your bucket list. Boom, you call that travel agent, buy that ticket. First of all, you've done that first step. You're already starting to manifest it. You're going to have resolve. Those of you that want to change your job, open your own business, ask for a raise, change courses in school, ask that person out. You're resolved. All you do is you tell your brain, because your brain believes what you tell it. Brain, we are going to do this and it's going to work out in our favor. Boom, you pick up that phone, you make that text, you ask for what you want. The universe loves a decision. You've made it. Now you have the resolve, the follow through, and it's going to be amazing. Also with Moon in Aquarius, your inner wild child awakens. Right now, I feel like it's your time. You know, you're tired of that kind of sleeping giant that's within you. You want to experience things. You want ayahuascas. You want, you want to say yes to parties, dancing. You want to take lessons in something. You want to go out, maybe take sketch classes, whatever it is, your wild child, that thing that wants to express. You're just dying to express yourself physically, creatively, all of that. Do it. Go for it. I tell you what, it's like that release is amazing. And since Source works directly through us to express ourselves, it is so healthy. It's so joyful. It's so wonderful. So the fact that you're letting this free spirit that resides in you out, it's going to pay awesome dividends. Because what happens is you'll remember, oh my God, remember when I just felt like doing that and I did it, how freeing and wonderful that was? Well, I'm going to do that on a different level. I'm going to sail around the Caribbean. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Once that door is open, it's like you feel like you can just take flight, and you really will. And it's going to be amazing. And next you have, oh, I love this. This is, the Sun in Pisces. Align yourself with love and wisdom, your higher purpose. This is coming into, your, it's like your life path purpose is really being illuminated right now. And you're like, although I'm doing this and I was educated for it, or I just walked in or received this, I love this job, I love what I'm doing. However, I feel I want to expand. We're always going to get something out of any experience, right? So if you want to go intern somewhere, or you want to travel somewhere, learn something, do something, pick up a language, we always learn and expand from anything new, right? We want to break out of that comfort zone. We want to break out of those patterns of doing what we already know. Who cares? We already did that. We already know that. Why would we keep doing it? It's like, unless we just want some predictable existence where we're on a Groundhog Day kind of loop, just doing the same thing. Let's try something nice. So what I am suggesting for this is we really plug into what is it we want to do. I want to align myself with peace of mind, being calm, having a flow, learning. I'm constantly trying to implement any kind of wisdom I have with anything new, astrology, because that's not something, I feel like I have a certain, it's something I just want to expand and expand and expand on, because I feel like it's almost endless. It's like I'll learn one thing on astrology and I'll be like, wow, planetary alignments, all that is so fascinating to me. So every day I pick up a little bit more information. If you saw today's video too, I'm saying, I want you guys to know too, there's so many levels in between novice and expert, and none of us are experts at anything until we put in years and years and years of practice. It's the gaining of that information that's so fun, and I think that's your new kind of premise. I just want to know some stuff. I don't want to know it so I can talk about it or be or know it all. I simply want to know it so I can, adhere to those principles when need be, to be able to explain it. Something I love to do is read a lot of information that's very technical so I can put it in layman's terms. A lot of psychology and a lot of medical expertise is a lot of words, very superfluous vocabulary that's unnecessary. So I love to read all that up, relationship, medical, holistic, and then condense it. It's just something I feel like I can do that. I can read it, absorb that information quickly, and then put it in absorbable terms, because sometimes people won't even start reading something because they'll see a bunch of 10 syllable words that aren't necessary. It's like ingredients on cheese puffs. It's just stuff you're like, what the hell even is this? You know what I mean? So to simplify, and that's part of what we do when we're aligning ourselves with our higher wisdom, is we simplify our life. What do we really want? We come to that decision, we put that focus and intent, and off we go, and we start the big wins. So I'm loving that for you, group one. Gorgeous energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Yeah, this is just kind of what we're working towards. What, you know, what are we coming into contact with, and how can we best implement those steps into our life, right? So gorgeous. If you're new to my channel, again, welcome. All my links are down below if you need a private read, anything, my Etsy store, Patreon, everything. And thank you, my patrons, for supporting me. I'm so excited about, you know, this upcoming new year. I'm just so stoked. I had such a long day, but it's like I really want to have this video ready for you guys early in the morning, but I have to watch my voice because I was so looking forward to going live, but I feel like I honestly have like 15 minutes left of voice. I had a lot of long private reads. People are getting excited about what's coming, and you know, they want all the details. So number 2 is white magic. I feel like right away, if you chose this, you understand how energy works, how significant it is to put intention behind, good intention behind white magic thoughts, which means it's something that we want to pull into the 3D and into our reality. And we can always make our world what we want it by focus, intention, identifying what that thing is, pulling it in, right? Mine has been, and I've been identifying this for the last week, is again to be less busy but be more effective with my time, so I can have some more free time for study, rest, whatever it is I want, because I push the envelope quite often, and you know, I just want to take it a little easy because I never want to feel like my work, or I almost said my patients, my clients are you know, that they always have my undivided attention, and that it's not obligatory ever, because obligations can feel like a prison, that it is a joy. What I am able to do with my time and skill set, I feel so abundant and so blessed, like on such an epic scale, that I can talk to beautiful people all day about their hopes and dreams. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, right? So, wow, do I have some severe gratitude night and day for what is my lot right now in life. And I spent a long time, you know, imagining this and gearing my life towards this. And you really can have any kind of experience in your life what you want through your perspective, right? You can be sitting by a lake, the sun can be setting, it can be bright orange, the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. However, if you're worried about paying your taxes or a potential future illness or something like that, you are not going to see the brevity and the amazingness that's happening in front of your face, because your mind is elsewhere. Where we put our mind, our focus, is where we get this magic from. So let's focus on the magic, the goodness, the beauty that's around, and you're going to be able to do this with the white magic energy. Now you also have Gemini, eclipse in Gemini, negotiation, rise to challenges as a new path opens. So an offer is coming in for you. Somebody is going to either offer you a new job, you can do a new course, study at school, a new relationship. Something is coming up for a major opportunity for you, and it's up for you to devise how to schedule it into your life, if it's, and is it something you truly want? Because I do believe that this is something that is going to be eye-opening, but you do need to negotiate. You need to negotiate, you know, perhaps with family, with clients, with whatever, to carve out this time and move in this direction. And I feel like that's one of your skill sets that's going to come in. You're going to be able to be the power of persuasion is going to be huge with you. Your power of suggestion is going to be able to move people in droves. So use this to really kind of guide and subtly shift things in your favor and direction. It's not about manipulation. It's about you knowing what you want. And again, you're working with the highest good. This is white magic. This is trying to have pervasive, awesome healing energy for everybody, the collective yourself. And so again, you know, state your purpose, state these facts, and people are going to be willing to come with you and do this because you're ready to take flight in whatever your dreams are. You also have Sun in Libra, harmony, a lot of people getting along extremely well in your family, workplace, all due to a lot of things that you're doing because you're enjoying life, music, love, and romance. Again, a lot of you guys, you have your soulmates coming in at epic scale. You are feeling loving about life and about yourself, and you're being self-accepting, and your confidence is soaring. Therefore, you're becoming a magnet for love and people to come court you and be in the courtship ritual and be flirting. So get ready. You know, you're going to be like honey to bees, just very attractive to people. Your light is shining. When we meet people, we exchange thousands of bits of information before we even speak, through an energy exchange, our chakras. You ever just stand next to somebody and all of a sudden you want to step closer to them? Something in their energy is very attractive and warm, and vice versa. It can be very repellent. You step away. There's something in it that's acidic or off or aggressive or whatever. Our bodies are speaking to one another on this great energetic kind of scope. So be aware of that, and, you know, have your head up and be looking around, because you're going to have lots of people that just want to be around you. It's one of those things. You're emanating this love and light right now, and it's really lovely. Oh, I love this too. So you also have eclipse in Libra, rebalancing, reevaluation of relationships, justice, and fair play. So what this is speaking of right now too is, if any particular situation in your life feels off, you're giving too much time to, say, work, too much time to play, whatever expenditures, you're going to start to notice this and have a rebalance. So you're more effective in what you're doing. You're not overworking yourself. You're not giving attention to things that don't deserve it. You're going to have a really nice sense of balance, but you have to evaluate it. You know, who do I have in my life that really isn't deserving of my time or resources, right? We get those people that we just feel obligated to because we always have done. We've always given that person a ride. We've always done this for this relative. We've always paid, you know, their school fees, whatever it is. You know, it's all of a sudden reevaluate that and be like, am I getting gratitude? Am I getting thank yous? Am I getting whatever? Really, really reestablish what those boundaries are, so you feel like you're not being taken advantage of, and or you're not getting a drain on your resources for people that aren't deserving it. And it's really going to stick out to you now too, who is doing too many withdrawals while you're putting in, you know, you're having all the deposits. So really have a keen eye on that. I feel like all of a sudden it's just made very clear to you. Your intuition is giving you these little nudges of going, hey, look over here. Look at people's faces, read their responses. When you're trying to share your day or experiences with them, how closely are they paying attention to you and lending a sympathetic ear as well, since you do that for them? Really look at that. That's a key indicator. As I shared before, I used to bring a workmate to work all the time, and one time just sharing a regular story, I noticed their face went directly down into their phone because it wasn't all about them, and right then just a huge red light went on in my head, like, oh my gosh, they were just 100% self-involved. They could really care less if it's not about them and them talking about themselves. And sometimes it's unfortunate, and sometimes it's a little bit of a jarring kind of reality, but it is what it is. And sometimes it's nice to wake up to that, and then we're not sacrificing any more of our time to someone who's undeserving of it. I love this because once you feel balanced, then you have more time for yourself, self-care, feeling good, relaxing, and all of that. That's really coming into play for you right now, group 2. So lovely energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Yeah, I love you. Have this lovely new path that is just saying, you know, step into all these opportunities and off you go. So now we're on to number 3, which is Celtic Witch. This is going to be me in a couple weeks. I'm so excited to go to Stonehenge. I love all the symbolism, all the richness, all the green kind of magic that comes with this sort of energy. And this is also, if you chose this, I feel like, you know, you're very into herbs and holistic healing and perhaps Reiki and that type of thing, where we understand how the moon phases work, how energy affects people, empathy, sympathy, all of that stuff. Where we're sensitive to that. Usually it comes with high emotional intelligence too, because we can read faces right away. I can look at somebody and I can know if they're stingy, they're greedy, if they're truthful, all of that. It's just something, if there's a tell in people's eyes, their gestures, their postures, a lot, and you're going to be really tapped into that energy, which is good because it saves you a lot of effort. You know, we don't have to be some kind of super sleuth. It's just there. The writing is on the wall. So I love this. Scorpio, eclipse in Scorpio. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. If anything comes your way that normally would have set you off balance, is not even going to, you know, you're going to be unflappable. It's just going to be one of these things where you can evaluate something and you can problem solve, and boom, it's done. It's one of those things, you take those mountains and you bring them right down into a molehill. Nothing is too big to be conquered, handled, or fixed, because you're using common sense and logic, and you're not letting your emotional like equivalent take over. You know, you are bigger than that emotion, you're bigger than that situation, and you're going to be able to handle it really beautifully and just be like, okay, you know, regeneration, all of that. So Sun in Taurus too is about practicalities right now, boost self-worth and finances, and that usually goes hand in hand. When you're feeling good about yourself and confident, we don't sieve off money. We don't have impulse buys to make ourselves feel better. As you know, when people say that they do, what is that thing? Retail therapy. That's when somebody feels like they have a broken heart or they're not together. They try to fill that void with materialistic things, and then they just have a pile of stuff. It's like that's much different than evaluating a situation, being practical and going, I don't need to spend this money in order to feel better. Maybe a little quiet time, maybe a little sketching, reading something, really looking into and evaluating what the true problem is and how to rectify that, right? And we can boost our self-worth by knowing we make good decisions, that we aren't just spendthrifts and everything isn't running away from us, that we're not wasteful. I always feel good when I'm my least wasteful. It doesn't matter with finances, with food, whatever. It's like we take what is only necessary and we cherish that. You ever have like 10 Amazon packages come in one day? Instead of like cherishing every single one, it's like Christmas, you're tearing through all of them like, what's here? But if you have one thing, which is all you need, arrive, you cherish it, you have time to spend with it. Again, excess is never good in any regard, because not only is it not necessary, but it overwhelms us. Even choice. I don't like going to a restaurant and having a 1,500 page menu, because all of a sudden I'm like, I'm tired by page 5. I don't even know what's happening anymore. We're making so many choices throughout the day that it's nice when that can be alleviated through a more simplistic approach to anything, right? Not having so much stuff out. I do that with my decks too. I pack a lot away and I'll just bring 3 or 4 in each time I'm doing a public read, because I'll see them and it's almost like I'm almost overwhelmed with ideas. So again, it's about honing in, taking it easy, really boosting your beautiful, innovative self. Oh, I love this, because the next with Sun in Sagittarius, adventure. I feel like an adventure is upon you. Really stride out into new territory. We want a new perspective. We want a new take on life. You want new flavors, sights, and sounds. Nothing is worse than just predictable, right? Same places, same people, same food, same movies, same everything. You ever just meet the same friends and go out to the same club, bar, restaurant, or whatever? You start to feel like it's Groundhog Day, the same. And this has been a reoccurring topic with me, because I find with this new moon, we're getting rid of things that are just bothersome, bored, that don't help us grow, don't give us new perspective. This is saying you're going to be trying new things. You're going to stride out new territory, new people, places, sights, sounds, all of that. That you crave adventure, you crave some newness and variety is the spice of life. We always had to have the same meal and wear the same clothes and go to the same job, say the same things, all of that. The sameness starts to wear on you. It becomes dull, right? This is talking about shiny, happy people, new avenues to traverse. You ever just take a wrong turn coming home or going to some town and you end up on a road you've never had? I had a couple nice days where I got lost and I ended up in this beautiful old horse farm. It was like, I don't know, it's off one of these Darien roads, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be late for this and that, and then I was like, and then I realized I don't have to be at any specific time in any specific place. I have lots of time, and I looked around, there's this gorgeous old horse farm, and I was like, this is amazing. So there's treasures tucked away everything when we're not strict about doing the same things. We get off that treadmill and we're looking around for adventure. I feel like a lot of you guys, you might want to take new dance, like Zumba classes, go do fun things like that, salsa, painting, craft, just something new that kind of expands your skill set, as well as, you know, an interest that you've been thinking about doing. I hear so many people often talk about, oh, I really want to take this, try that, or do that, but then they let the idea evaporate, and I don't understand that. Why? If it came into you, it was probably a lovely little nudge from source. Try this. This may be something you're absolutely gifted at. And so many people have untapped gifts and talents they don't know they have, because they have yet to go try it. They have yet to tap into that, right? Some people just pick up a paintbrush and you're like, holy Mary Mother of God, I can't even believe you just painted that. But since creativity comes directly through source and we're a conduit, why wouldn't we create things that are amazing, original pieces, whatever? A lot of people are saying they can't believe that they have the power in their voice to sing because they've never really tried it, and then all of a sudden they heard some song that inspired them, and then their family was like, you have an amazing voice. Things like that. You're going to be discovering things about yourself that up until now you didn't even know existed, and you're like, wow, I'm a virtuoso, everybody get the hell out of my way, I'm going to be a star. And you're off and running. I'm blown away sometimes by, like, when I used to babysit, the little gifts and talents, because kids they don't second guess themselves, they don't have that ego, they just burst out singing, they just start coloring, they just do things, they just make sand castles, and it's a natural gift of creativity that comes right through. So you're going to be re-tapping into that and create this kind of like magic and fun for yourself, which is really great, and I love that energy for you. So beautiful group 3, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read, if you want to go see my Etsy store, if you want to come over on Instantgo. I do these great 1 questions. You just pop on there and I get right on the channel within the hour. Whenever I see the notification, I can answer your inquiries. There's a lot of stuff down there. If you hit the little gray arrow, and you'll be able to see that. So love and light, you guys. I hope this new camera is as cool as I think it is.